Hey guys, I saw someone make a tier list video on the Megadeth albums and it inspired me to do my own. I feel like I'm very qualified to do this. I've been listening to Megadeth for um I don't know, like almost 20 years maybe, and I've listened to every single album, every single song, and Megadeth is my favorite band. I know I probably am not wearing the right shirt. Children of Bodom is my second favorite band, and Alexi Laiho was actually inspired a lot by Megadeth, which is pretty cool. But let's get started. So I'm gonna go from you know, like first album to the last, like the oldest to the newest. So starting with Killing is my business. So here's the thing, right? For me, like this is my Megadeth favorite Megadeth album. So this is automatically going to go into S tier. I truly think that this is the best Megadeth lineup with Chris Poland and Gar Samuelson. A lot of people will say Rust in Peace is the best and the best lineup, which don't get me wrong, Rust in Peace is an amazing album, but just this is the ultimate Megadeth. I mean, this is the Megadeth. Like this is just the ultimate sound of Megadeth, and um just just absolutely amazing album. Like I can listen to the whole thing front and back. Gar's drums is amazing. I know Chris didn't have as many leads as P Cells, but this album is just the fucking best. The riffs and the time signatures and everything's out of control. Like Dave Mustaine in this moment, he's so hungry. He's literally hungry. He's like homeless. Like, you know what I mean? He just got kicked out of Metallica. It's just fucking so raw. And for me, this is the best album. Peace Sells, also going into the S tier. Now, Peace Sells is the album, the most times I've ever listened to an album in music history by any band ever. I'm able to listen to Peace Sells every single fucking day and never get tired of it. This is such an amazing album. Um, every single song is fucking amazing. I mean, I don't really know. So you're gonna notice that sometimes I'm not really gonna know what to say, but this is just fucking absolutely incredible. Um, so far so good. So what I'm gonna have to put that into the, A tier. Looking at the actual list of songs here, I would say all of the songs are very good. Into the Lungs of Hell, a really good instrumental. Set the World Afire is a really good song. I think I might have to put that as my favorite song, or Hook and Mouth. Set the World Afire is very good. Anarchy in the UK is cool. Mary Jane is okay. I feel like the way it kind of starts with Dave going Mary Jane is kind of a little awkward. 502 is a pretty cool song. In My Darkest Hour, that's the most popular song, is like the single that got released, and it's like it is a very good song. Liar is a good song, and Hook and Mouth is pretty badass. Like whenever I wanna, like I'll notice a lot of times I'll like just play Hook and Mouth. Like I'll be like, I want to listen to Hook and Mouth, or I won't even listen to the album. I'll listen to Hook and Mouth. So going to the next album. So um, you know, Countdown to Extinction. Um, or sorry, Rust in Peace. I don't know what I'm saying. Rust in Peace, definitely gonna go into S tier. Absolutely amazing album. Don't get me wrong, it's very, very good. I'm gonna make a quick comparison and contrast between the first two albums and that lineup. I think around Rust in Peace, it started sounding a little bit less natural, and they started polishing it a lot. Don't get me wrong, and it's like I don't want to take anything away from Rust in Peace, but I feel like with the first two albums, it was much more loose and like improv and more natural and more organic. Whereas on Rust in Peace, they're like, okay, we have to make this like technically amazing, like so, polish this, polish that. Like it was a bit more like kind of like a steak that was a bit more like well done. Whereas, you know, the first two albums is a bit more like medium rare, medium well. Um, if that makes sense. Rust in Peace is still an amazing album. I have to put it into S tier. Countdown to Extinction, you know, is a good album. I know it's their bestseller. Went number two on the Billboard thanks to Billy Ray Cyrus with Achy Breaky Heart. I remember Dave Mustaine talked about that. So Countdown to Extinction is definitely the most important album for Megadeth's history. A lot of people that I talk to that they like Megadeth and they're not like a deep cut fan, I'll usually ask them what their favorite song is. And no surprise, they say Symphony of Destruction because it's their most, famous song that they have. Symphony, I would say my favorite songs are Symphony of Destruction, Sweating Bullets, and then the later songs like Captive Honor and Ashes in Your Mouth are pretty good songs, especially Ashes in Your Mouth. Ashes in Your Mouth, without a doubt, is the best song in terms of like technical and precision and like complicated and like in terms of guitar work, like because the thing about Megadeth is that obviously Dave Mustaine is an extremely talented songwriter. There's like different parts or different sides and variety to the songs. They have songs like Rattlehead and they have songs like In My Darkest Hour or A Tout Le Monde, right? But for me, Megadeth, like their main sound and what they're known for is like technical and precision and like fucking crazy and like thrash and fast and all this stuff, right? Obviously, that's not their only good songs. For like, I also love A Tout Le Monde or Trust, which are amazing songs that don't have that crazy elements that Megadeth mainly started off with. But for me, like Ashes in Your Mouth, I'll have to put that as the best song. Very, very good, like technical and all that stuff. Um, so I would have to put this one, I would say, um, I don't know, B or A tier. The thing is, like, I'm definitely not going to put anything in D tier, probably not C tier, because I don't believe in C and D tier because Megadeth overall they're very, very good. I'll put it in the I'll put it in the B tier. I don't think I'm going to put anything in C or D tier because Megadeth overall is very solid. Next up is going to be Euthanasia. Absolutely amazing album. I don't really have much to say about it. I'm going to go ahead and put it in A tier. Now, here's the thing, right? I might not be the best at tier list. If I had to pick between like these two albums, Countdown and Euthanasia, of one I would enjoy listening to more, like front to back without skipping, I'd probably do Euthanasia. But they're still both very good albums. Next one is gonna be uh Cryptic Writings. I fucking love Cryptic Writings. It's an absolutely amazing album. Now, this goes back to that thing of Megadeth has different elements. They have a different variety, whereas Cryptic Writings had a different sound. It was a bit more like pop, I guess, but a little bit more kind of going for the mainstream. I fucking love Cryptic Writings. I mean, if you compare Cryptic Writings and Killing Is My Business, completely different sound, completely different albums, but the songs on Cryptic Writings are very, 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 very good. Next one is going to be Risk. So I really, really like Risk. I think it has a lot of great songs. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the B tier. I know this is like the most hated Megadeth album of all time, without a doubt, but I don't think it's a bad album. I think it still has a lot of great songs. I would say Prince of Darkness um is one of my favorite songs. I think it's an absolutely amazing song. I remember they used to open their concerts with that, and then I think they changed it to something else, if that's right. I really, really like Prince of Darkness. I think Breadline Wanderlust is also a good song. It just has good songs. Like it just at the end of the day, I truly believe Dave Mustaine, it's he doesn't have it in him to write a bad song. He's very, very solid in everything that he does. So I'll put that on B tier. Next up would be it would be I think is it hold on, I have to look this up real quick. Make that album discography. I don't know if its System Has Failed first or World Needs a Hero. I'm pretty sure its System has failed first. Um Yeah, so it's World Needs a Hero. Okay, World Needs a Hero is a good album. There's a couple cheesy songs that I'd rather not listen to, but I really like the title track, World Needs a Hero. It's a great song. Obviously, I have Dread and the Fugitive Mind. That's the most popular one that they have. Very, very popular song. That's a really good song. Um, I think I think there's a lot. I really like Return to Hanger. Return to Hanger is a fucking badass song. Overall, the album is solid. I probably give it like I don't know, like a 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. And that's only comparing it to their other albums. So I would go ahead and put this in, I don't know. I'll just put it in the B tier. I'll probably put it in A tier, but I'll just put it in B tier. Next up is going to be System Has Failed. System Has Failed, very, very good album. Obviously, I have Chris Poland on there. Overall, the songs are pretty strong. Like overall, it's just very, very good. Looking at the actual album, um, System Has Failed. Where does it have to? I'm looking at it on my Apple Music. So Blackmail the Universe, very strong. I really like the way it starts off with like the news reporter, like the woman news reporter. I think that's pretty badass. Kick the Chair is good. Scorpion is good. Tears in a Vial is good. I Know Jack is good. Back in the Day is good. Overall, like it's pretty good. I would put it in um A tier. And also Chris Poland, my favorite guitar player and Megadeth or lead player in Megadeth. So I'm a little bit, I guess, biased there. But up next is going to be um United Abominations. I fucking love United Abominations. Has a lot of great songs. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the A tier. So with United Abominations, I think there's like maybe one or two songs. I feel like You're Dead is one of those songs where I notice. Okay, so I noticed that there's a couple weak songs that are similar on System Has Failed and United Abominations. Like whenever I listen to You're Dead, it kind of reminds me of the songs that I didn't like as much on System Has Failed, if that makes sense. Burnt Ice is pretty cool. Um, and Play for Blood. I feel like the songs overall is just a little bit weak on some of them. Obviously, I have Sleepwalker, Washington is Next, Never Walk Alone, United Abominations. Pretty good songs. I would say overall, now overall as an album, I'd probably, I don't know actually if I should put it in B tier, A tier. Like I really like Sleepwalker and Washington is Next. Um, that's the thing about all these Megadeth albums is like maybe the album overall, like the other songs aren't as good, but it has a couple of really strong songs. So I guess I don't know. I should use B tier for that, where it's like B tier is like okay, it's a couple of good songs overall. It's not like very very good front to back. Um, I'd probably so that's what I'll do. I didn't really have a plan for how I'm gonna tier these. So S tier is like fucking amazing, 10 out of 10. A tier is like overall the album is pretty good. It's like a 9 out of 10. And then B tier is like I don't really like the entire album, but I like a couple songs off of it. So I'll put that in B tier. So I'm pretty happy with that kind of categorization. Endgame, very fucking good album. Very, very good album. It's very solid. Um, Obviously you have Head Crusher. Oh my God, that like the chaos is very good. This Day We Fight is very good. 4 to 4 minutes. 1320, Bite the Hand, Bodies, Endgame, Hardest Part of Letting Go, Head Crusher, All the Historians, Right to Go Insane. Honestly, very, very good album. I would definitely rate that in um I'll put it in A. Because here's the thing, right? With Endgame, if we're talking about the gap between like Rust and Peace, right? Endgame was the most similar to Rest in Peace or going back to that kind of original Megadeth sound, while obviously still having other songs like The Hardest Part of Letting Go Sealed with a Kiss, right? Where it's like, you go listen to it, you can hear what I'm talking about. Um, Next up, we have 13. I personally love 13. It's a very good album. I remember it was in 2011. I was in middle school and I went to Hot Topic or I went to the mall with my friends and my mom gave me some money and I walked into Hot Topic and I bought the CD and I listened to that CD a lot. I listened to 13 a lot. It's a really, really good album. I think the songs are very, very, very solid. Like my if I'm looking at 13 on my Apple Music, I have all 13 songs uh as a star. Like I favorited all these songs. I think all the songs are really, really good. So I'm gonna put this in A tier. Next up we have Super Collider. I know Super Collider has gotten a lot of hate. I personally really, really like Super Collider. I think it has a lot of really good songs. Kingmaker, Super Collider, Burn, Dance in the Rain. Dude, Beginning of Sorrow is such a fucking good song. Like the way the riff it just flows and the way the song goes, I think it's really, really cool. And I've like never heard a Megadeth song like that before. When it comes to specifically beginning of Sorrow, like it's just the riff is so good. I think it's great. And then you have that bass line in the beginning, really, really, really good. I love it. Black as Crow's cool. Don't Turn Your Back is a really good song. It starts off really, really good, and then it kind of like slows down a little bit. I would put Super Collider in A tier. I think it's a really good album. And then you have Dystopia. Dystopia is really good. Dystopia is a really strong album. You know, Kiko Loureiro came on this one. Obviously, a fantastic player. I would say my favorites are Threat is Real, Dystopia, Fatal Illusion, Death from Within. Lying in State is fucking starts off so sick. Lying in State is a really good song. Um, it has a couple songs where it's like it's like sounds kind of cheesy, like Foreign Policy. It's like kind of one of those songs where like Megadeth, they were saying absolutely amazing, right? But I feel like Megadeth, they were saying kind of has some of those songs where it's like, we don't really listen to those as much, right? Compared to other songs. Like Foreign Policy. Um, I know obviously you have Poisonous Shadows, Post American World, right? Conquer or Die. Those are all really, really good songs. Um, it has like those cool uh parts with Kiko on the acoustic or the nylon, like the classical guitar. I would put it in all hmm. It's kind of hard between B or A tier. I'll I'll put it in A tier. I think it's a pretty good album. Because it has I feel like it has more songs that I really like, and I don't know. I'll put it in the A tier. And then you have Sick and Dying in the Dead. I know that's not on here. This fucking and you don't have the new album Megadeth. This fucking tier list sucks. I guess I should have gone I don't know, looked for another one that has the actual new albums. So I'll just rank them without actually having them on here. So next up would be Sick to Dying in the Dead. I really like Sick to Dying in the Dead. I think it's fucking amazing. Obviously, you have Dave coming back after his battle with cancer and beating cancer like a fucking boss. Sick to Dying and Dead are great. Life and Hell is good. Nice. My two favorite songs are Night Stalkers and It Will Be Back. I remember listening to Night Stalkers and just fucking losing my shit, just losing my mind. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I'm not surprised because it's Dave Mustaine, but like, I can't believe what I'm hearing. I haven't like heard songs like this in a while that just blow my fucking mind. Night Stalkers, really, really good. We'll be back. Really, really good. I really like Mission to Mars. There's this like part later on in the song that kind of reminds me of a certain part in like My Last Words. If you know what I'm talking about. Celebutante is good. Obviously you have Dirk Verbeuren coming on this album because Dystopia had Chris Adler from Lamb of God. Dirk Verbeuren, very, very fucking good. Dave Mustaine has talked about a lot how he gets reminded of Gar, like Dirk reminds him of Gar. Um, I really appreciate how Gar shows a lot of appreciation and talks about Gar, Dirk talks about Gar a lot. I really appreciate that. And overall, like he's a very fucking solid player. Police Truck will be back. Mission to Mars, Celebutante, Soldier On, Doctor Chernobyl, Night Stalker's Life and Hell, Sick to Dying and the Dead. Those would be my favorite tracks. I would put Sick to Dying and the Dead in A tier, definitely. It's very, very, very good. Um, for S tier, like this is the three, like without a doubt. Um, self-titled Megadeth. Um, I'll be honest. I think Sick to Dying and the Dead was better if we're comparing the last two albums, but I still like this album. You know, obviously this is the final album due to Dave Mustaine's condition in his hand, where it's getting harder for him to play. It's very unfortunate. My favorites are Tipping Point. I don't care. Let There Be Shred. I think Puppet Parade is very fucking catchy. That's the thing about Dave Mustaine he's really good at. Like that's not the only thing, but it's like one of his strong suits. Dave Mustaine is able to make really fucking catchy choruses that get stuck in your head. Like he's that's one of his biggest strong suits. as a songwriter. So Puppet Parade has a pretty catchy part that I like. Another Bad Day is like kind of awkward. Kind of one of those causes like, eh. Made to Kill is pretty cool. I think there's a part that kind of reminds me of architecture of aggression. I am more Last Note, Obey the Call. I don't really those ones is like kind of eh. I really like the Ride the Lightning cover. I think it's fucking good. I would put this album, man, I don't know. It's either A or B tier. Um, I think I'd have to listen to it a little bit more. I'll be honest, I haven't listened to it as much. I think as I listen to it more, I might appreciate more, but I kind of put it in the same as like Dystopia and um, stuff like that. I'll put it in A tier as well, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that was my tier list. So Sick and Dying and Megadeth self-titled would also be an A tier. They're not here, but that's my tier list. That's my opinion. Um and yeah, I'm curious to hear, what you guys would have to say. If you guys agree, if you guys disagree, post it in the comments. And yeah, have a good one.